Suresh cleared PMP from US, and here is his success journey. Suresh, I want you to share from where you started. How was the journey? How were the steps? Go ahead.
Yes, first of all, thank you so much, Amir bhai. Uh, Actually, first of all, like to design this system, this whole PMP system, because I know you are basically the pivot of the system because everything is like sort of revolving around you. That's needless to say that. But yes, as far as my journey is concerned, so this remained my New Year resolution from past so many years, and I was also following you on LinkedIn from like past 5, 6 years at least, but due to different circumstances I was unable to go for it. But this time around 2026, when I learned that the exam pattern is going to be changed, so uh, I just tried to, okay, just why not just give it this in this year. I was actually following PMP exam from quite a long time, but what I used to do was that I just used to see the syllabus and all those things, then I used to close the thing. But I saw recently some of your videos and some of the success stories, and obviously exam was changing, so I decided to go for that. So actually the thing is, I'm still very new in the US, so this was the biggest challenge for me because I was trying to like figure out the ins and outs of the US, the new job, new residence, and all those things. And in between that, I decided to go for PMP. Obviously I don't have those problems like that, working moms and all those things, but literally it the problems were not visible, but they were there with me. Like, as I said, I was new in US and all those things, but somehow I figured it out to just do the PMP. And thank you so much, because it made me, the path was made easy just because you, ma'am Sodha, and all of your team, especially Sir Mohit, who was my mentor, obviously. So you people just made sure that I remained on track in spite of my professional and personal commitments. And the thing is that one thing, like I would especially like to mention here, the part RCA. In the beginning, I was feeling like, why this RCA? It's very lengthy and hectic procedure, and why you are always like insisting on RCA. But believe me, this RCA thing is that which inculcates literally self belief in you, that okay, I can go for PMP, I can clear PMP. And as they say, by doing RCA, the answers or the concepts gets into your bones. So the journey was good. Like, it was roller coaster, ups and downs, but it was like around, I started in back in April, 4th April, the classes began. And after that, I like used to study around sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, sometimes even 6 hours a day, and sometimes only half an hour, but following your mantra of one is greater than zero. So I think this is the like way I cleared the PMP.
Hmm. What would be your recommendation to all the people who are preparing for PMP? What they should do?
Sir, RCA, RCA, and RCA. Obviously, obviously, remaining constant is the key. Like, then because in my case, uh, for 10 days I went on vacation, and but in that vacation period also I made sure that only half an hour. I mean, half an hour would be a lesser thing, but for me at least, I made sure that used to study only half an hour for that, for those 10 days. But consistency is the key. That be consistent. And I can assure everyone that you people are in the very safe hands of Saramir and all the coaching staff. So just follow their guidelines and instructions, step by step. Go step by step. Don't try to get each and everything in a single day. Obviously, go step by step as they are saying, and please do RCA. As I said, in most of the times, Amir bhai, what happened was that during exam also, during mocks also, the question came, and I don't literally didn't read the answers, didn't read the options, but the answer was in my mind. Okay, that would be the answer, and that is just because of the RCA. So do the honest RCA, literally, because if you are not doing the honest RCA, you are just not being honest with yourself, not with anyone else. So do honest RCA and be consistent.
Honors RCA and be consistent. What
Exactly.
else can help the students for PMP?
Uh,
Apart from
uh,
honest RCA.
yeah, as I said, just try to follow each and everything, whether you think it's a very small step or not. What your coach or mentor is saying, try to follow that, because at times we feel like, oh, he is like, this is very small step, why he is repeating everything again and again, and why I should do this, I already know that. But whatever your coach is saying, because these coaches and mentors are the ones who have already like being doing this from past so many months or years, I would say, and they have made hundreds of students clear this PMP, so they exactly know the procedure and even the psyche of the students also. So just try to follow what your coach is saying. Inshallah, you'll be clearing the PMP very soon and with flying colors.
Okay, perfectly fine. Perfectly. Anything else you would like to share?
Yeah, in terms of my exam, actually, as you always said that the first 60 questions would be like the punch of Muhammad Ali, the boxer punch, or Mike Tyson's punch. So in my case, actually, the starting questions were difficult, but seemingly they were difficult, but I don't find like that much difficult. I don't know why. Might be the case that I have done RCA, not I'm not flexing, but might be the case I've done RCA, that's why I didn't find that difficult. But I didn't have any drag and drop questions, not even a single one. And lastly, the last section, like last, if not 60, last 40 questions were very easy. If you have like followed the flow of PMP, those 40 out of 40 questions, or 50, around 50 questions, would be like 100% you can score in those questions. And yes, one thing, very important thing, which Amir Bhai also emphasized every now and then, is the flow of PMP. You should know the flow of the procedures of and of the like, if I talk about risk, so we first make the risk management plan, then we like all those things, like we develop qualitative risk. First we identify risk, then we do its qualitative analysis, then qualitative, like the flow of the procedures itself. So you should know the flow. If you know the flow, I think it would be very easier for you to crack the exam.
To clear the exam. Perfectly fine.
Yes, sir.
So flow of PMP is one of the most important thing.
Yes. This is
Let's
in
put
my case it was.
let's put one more thing here. How did the like time management what your expectation was, and how did the really it happened?
Yeah, one thing, yes, I want to mention that during all my mocks, from the very starting till the last day, I didn't I didn't have any difficulty of time whatsoever. I used to complete my 180 mocks like it if it was 4 hours, I used to complete that in 2.5 hours very easily. But exam day was a bit different, so I've been told by Mohit sir and even you that 80 75 75 rule. And in that 80 rule, in that 80 part also, that the section 1, you've told that just break it down into 20 30 25 and 25, like the first section, the first 60 questions, in total it should be 80 minutes, but break it down into like first 20 questions would be 30 minutes, then 25 minutes and 25 minutes. I strictly followed that, because Mohit bhai told me earlier that if you are not getting answer to any question, just don't stuck on that question, because you have got other questions to solve. So there were a couple of questions where I was stuck, but I decided not to like sort of waste my time on those questions, and I went further. So strictly follow this 80 75 75 rule, because if you are wasting, I would say wasting is a strong word, but if you are just consuming your time on questions, so it would be very difficult for you to clear the exam, because as I said from the very beginning, I was doing the 180 questions from in 2.5 hours. But exam day, the nerves are a bit it's a bit difficult. Try to just breathe, deep breathing, as Amir Bhai said. So and try to manage that 80 75 75 rule.
80, 75, 75.
Exactly.
This is a, I would say, universal.
Yes, for PMP, yes, sir. And initially that 20, 30, 25, 25 rule also in the first part, it helped me a lot in the first part.
Okay. Suresh, 5 years you have been following, and now
Yes.
you give the exam.
Yes.
What would you recommend to the people who are preparing for PMP, how they should not do the same mistake? Instead of following 5 years, they should join as soon as possible. How would you say?
Yes, exactly. Because one can think that he may get like clear the exam by doing Udemy courses and like doing self-study. Okay, that can be done, but that is a difficult path, I would say, and a very lengthy path. Because I've seen people enrolling with Amir Bhai and getting like there were examples in our batch also that people are getting like within 4 weeks, within 3 weeks also. I myself did in 2.5 months, but there were so many people who did before me. So if you want to clear the PMP exam within a very short period of time and with the conformity, with the conformance, then definitely he's the guy. He is the definite guy. You should enroll with him, and he'll make sure he'll hold your hand and make sure that you clear the line. So definitely I'll highly recommend Amir Bhai, because they have the system. The things are not in like haphazard. There are no haphazard thing. They have built the strong foundation. They've got the system. They've got the dedicated coaches with them who will, as I said, hold your hand and will cross the line with you.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
definitely, I'll very strongly suggest Sir Amir's program for PMP.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
that. It has been a beautiful journey, and I'm very
Same here, sir.